Good morning, it's Joe back with another raw video episode on astrology from Black Gold Alchemy and website www.black-gold.co.uk. And as you may be aware with these videos, if you've seen my other ones, that I like to try and set them against a stunning a backdrop as possible, and today I'm thrilled to be back at Lake Atitlan, and as you can see there's a pretty incredible backdrop this morning as the sun is up now in the sky, and the sky is gloriously blue, which is typical at this time of year. Anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into today's subject, which is continuing the mini-series on midlife transits, or major life transits I should say, but this one definitely is a midlife one. And this is the Uranus opposition, the point at which the planet Uranus returns to its opposite point in our chart from when we were born. And if you know Uranus at all, you know it's a planet of change, sudden events, really can shake things up, usually in the long run in a good way, if not immediately, as long as we're willing to embrace change. So We'll talk about this one, which normally occurs anywhere between age 39 and 46, but normally around 43, 44. If it goes into retrograde during the period, which it normally does, then you'll experience this in 3 phases, as with most other outer planet transits. And so we get a little bit of a break in between each one. This is basically responsible for the phenomena we know as midlife crisis. So it's a time of major shifting, and it's also the time when the Kundalini energy rises from the base of our spine and moves up through the chakras. And it's actually this moving up through the chakras that can create some physical symptoms and some difficulties physically. Not usually anything serious, things like dizziness, headaches, perhaps some nausea, tingling in the body, maybe some muscle pains. This is because the energy, if it's blocked in any of the chakras, the Kundalini energy is burning through the debris, if you like. So hot flashes are another potential symptom. Essentially, males are being asked to step into their divine feminine, or be more in touch with the emotions. So males can often struggle a little bit more with this one. Females are being asked to step obviously into the divine masculine, and this is generally asking females to be more independent, strong, assertive, decisive, and embody their own power, really, step into their own power and strength. But of course it can be a time when if we resist, we go through a lot of the typical midlife crisis issues, dissatisfaction with our relationship, with our job, with life in general, and we can make big changes. But if we're aware of the Uranus opposition and its timings, we can understand that this is going to pass within a year maximum usually. And if we ride it out, then we can probably feel more fulfilled, because to make sudden sweeping changes like leaving your marriage, for example, or handing your notice in at your job, can be things sometimes afterwards we regret. So if we can be aware of this timing and really see it through. One issue is if you're married to somebody very similar age to you, is potentially you could be going through the opposition at the same time or around the same time, in which case I would recommend probably relationship counselling, because it can be very testing if you're both going through it. If you're not, then one partner can hopefully support the other. So out of all the major life transits, Uranus opposition, which you'll only experience once in your lifetime, is the big hitter. It's really asking us to change, to embrace things that we perhaps have been resisting. So it's a shake-up time But ultimately, it's for our benefit. There are a few exceptions. You probably hear a boat on the lake in the background there. See if we can see it. There it is, making its way across the lake with the passengers early this morning. I've forgotten what I was saying. Oh yes, yes. Very occasionally, a very small percentage of people can sometimes experience the physical symptoms after the event. So maybe later in the 40s. Most people will probably experience some physical symptoms, but as I say, they're usually not too difficult or serious. But I have seen this happen with people. Personally, can't remember my own now, so I'm sure I did go through those things, but it's a long time ago. Anyway, I hope that gives you a little bit of an insight into Uranus opposition. I really like to let people know what this one is about, because it's a big one, and I think, you know, if you're prepared for it, it can help, and I like to help clients through it as much as possible. One hopes that it doesn't clash with things like the Pluto square or the Neptune square that we've previously talked about, but sometimes these things do overlap, or you can have a Black Moon Lilith return at the same time, which just makes things a little bit tougher, but at least it gets them all out of the way quickly. So that's the Uranus opposition today. I will cover Chiron return in the next mini video, which will be a lot simpler, hopefully. So I'm wishing you the most glorious and beautiful day from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching. And if you like the video, please do subscribe and help the channel grow, and like the video, and feel free to share it too on social media if you wish. Thanks so much for watching.